watching UNO with Dr. Ambrish Saxena.
Hello students, today is Tuesday 24th of September 2019. Today we will try to unfold few more stories, particularly if we make a reference to what is happening in the United Nations. These days a few summits and the conferences are taking place at the initiative of the Secretary General of United Nations. Firstly, to make a reference to the summit that has happened on universal health coverage. So firstly we will try to understand what is this universal health coverage. If we refer to the definition that has been given by World Health Organization. Accordingly, all people and communities should have access to preventive, curative and rehabilitative health services or the health care to the best of the quality which is desired and without putting the concerned people to any financial or the economic hardships. So this means there are three things included in universal health coverage. One, that there has to be equitable access of everybody to the health services, and not only for the people who can pay for those services, but for everybody. And then these services have to be of the quality, and quality means that these services should be in a position to provide that kind of relief to the people which the concerned people are looking for. And thirdly, there should be no financial risk involved, meaning thereby that if somebody is availing these services are not put to any financial constraints or financial burden. So this is what is meant by universal health coverage. Now coming to the summit which happened, which was also attended by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi made a presentation on Ayushman Bharat in this summit. Now what is Ayushman Bharat? Ayushman Bharat is the health services or the health care scheme which has been prepared by Government of India and which has been made available to every citizen of India. But then in this connection, I can tell you a related story. Only on Saturday, All India Institute of Medical Sciences AIIMS has written to the National Health Authority and the central government's Ministry of Health, pointing out that there are two schemes that have been mooted by the government. They are not complementing each other, rather there are certain contradictions or conflict in the two schemes. Now which are these two schemes? One scheme is Ayushman Bharat, which is also called Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, PMJAY. Another scheme is, which is an older scheme, or which we can rather say the umbrella scheme, which is called RAN. RAN is Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi. Now what is happening? The patients which are reaching AIIMS for the treatment of particularly those diseases which are life-threatening diseases, for instance the chronic kidney diseases, chronic liver diseases and the blood cancer and other forms of cancer. Now what is happening? There is a package under this Ayushman Bharat, the package of 1350 treatment. But the chronic diseases which I referred just now, they are not covered under this package. AIIMS has initiated treatment of the patients of life-threatening diseases under RAN, Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi. Now for Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi you have to have the BPL card, and for Ayushman Bharat there is a separate card being made. Now the problem, there is a technical problem here. If somebody is not being treated under Ayushman Bharat and AIIMS authorities decide to treat that person as per the report of their technical committee under RAN, but then the financial benefits are not reaching to that person because that person is availing the card of Ayushman Bharat and the treatment is being done under RAN. So there is a conflict. So AIIMS has written to the government, though the government has not taken any action on this, and the matter is still in the process. Now if we look at another news which came only yesterday, this is about a circular issued by the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, IRDA. As per this circular, IRDA has asked the insurance companies to provide the health insurance not in one go. One go means at the moment there is one premium which is given annually to the person who is availing the health services. Now, the insurance companies have been asked to give the option of monthly payments, quarterly payments, 6 monthly payments or the annual payments as it suits to the pocket of the person who is getting the health insurance. Another important thing which IRDA has done, IRDA has asked the health insurance companies to provide insurance even to the people who have crossed 65 years of age. Now, coming to another important thing on which again a summit happened in the UN at the initiative of the Secretary General yesterday. This was a summit on climate action. Now, why climate action? For understanding this, we have to refer to the Paris Agreement. Paris Agreement was the agreement which was signed by 175 parties, 174 members of the United Nations and the European Union, and this was an agreement that all the member countries, member parties, they will try to reduce the carbon emission or the greenhouse gases emission in their respective countries. Now, if you look at the statistics, then we find United States and China together are contributing 40% of the gas emissions, and they are not serious about the whole agreement, and that is how the UN Secretary General called this summit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also made a presentation in this summit, and then the other head of the states also did that. What Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, he called upon the concerted effort, and he said that simply talks will not do, we have to come into action. And then he talked about development, he talked about the sustainability, he talked about the behavioral changes, he talked about the education and values. The commitment that is there before the Paris Agreement, that 45% reduction in the gas emission has to be done within a decade, and after that till 2050, the zero level of gas emission has to be there. Now, let us see whether this will happen or not, but finally I would like to tell you that whatever these world leaders are doing, the children are not happy with that, and children are protesting against that. The leader of these children, the 16-year-old girl Greta, has warned the world leaders that they have to take the substantial action. She accused the leaders that they have done lot of harm to their generation, and this will not be tolerated anymore. Let us hope that we will all take lessons with regard to climate change, so that the earth does not become warmer and our future generations are not suffering because of our actions. That is all in today's edition.